Welcome guys. Today we're doing working. Middle. Am I in the middle yet? Side. Not in the middle anymore. Yeah, I am. Welcome guys. So, I told you I've got some different styles of paper to work with. Today I'm going to show you one of them. I'm going to be working with ancient style paper. Well, it's not really ancient, but it looks like ancient paper and it's really cool. I've got one of the pieces with me here to show you, and I'm going to be showing you the rest on downward view. But it's really cool and it sounds really cool too, which I do like twinkly sounds and things. Bring up the microphone. How's that for ASMR sounds? That sounds really cool. I'm going to be playing with that today, and I'm going to be creating a pirate style treasure map on it, which is really fun. So we're going for wow. And my fingers are already covered in ink because I've already made the map. I'm filming the intro after the outro, so don't mind the ink. I look like a bit of a thing. I'm not good at making things with ink that don't end up with me looking like a mess. So anyway, we're going to go downward view and enjoy watching me now turn into an ink covered mess. Enjoy guys. See you on the flip side. Bye. So, apologise if you can't hear any air conditioner sounds today, by the way. It is exceptionally hot here in England, which is a very weird statement to be saying. As I said, I have ancient paper today, which is really cool. Thankful, I'm very grateful to Deuxsuz from over on Etsy, which was where I got this paper from. She sent me this, and it is amazing. I'm going to be seeing what I can do with this. It is rather cool. I'm just going to be testing a couple of my different pens to see what works. I'm hoping markers do, but if they don't, I've got some pen pens. And I'm just going to be checking and see what works on the first piece. It's, as you can see, it is quite a brittle thing. The one I'm going to be drawing on, I've stuck down with the most gentle tape I possibly have, and we're going to be drawing on this one a really cool pirate map, hopefully, because, well, I'm a big kid and who doesn't like things like this. But this one up here, I'm hoping the icon little unit doesn't make it flow away. I'm just going to be checking it can deal with things like drawing lines on and rubbing out fine, which was sorted on. It'll take my signals on, which we're fine on that. And one of the big ones I want to know is it'll take how it handles my markers. Now one layer we're fine. It's the bleeding and how it handles once we start adding in extra alcohol. Now I'm guessing she's used some kind of alcohol to cause this effect on here, so I'm hoping that's quite positive for it. But that could also mean, with it being quite brittle already, it won't take much more. So I'm testing on this paper first and checking with a few different layers how we're going to go. Let's put a couple together. You see there's already a bit of weakness there. Yeah. So now that means it's not going to take heavy amounts of use of markers. So if I was going to do a really big picture, I'm not going to be really wanting to use my markers on it. However, it's just going to bleed straight through. It would do okay to do the style I'm wanting to do today. However, I've got another thing in mind later, for a later video, where I was going to do a picture on here, which I think might be better to use acrylic paint for. Let's have a look with these pens though, which are Cassas, or equivalent. These are Artiso, and these are turning quite dark. The problem with paint pens is because I haven't used them so long, I'm very restricted on colours. Yeah, she doesn't seem to be. I'm not bleeding through or anything. Let's see if I can find one that's. And the other doesn't want. It seems to be shaking up. Let's see one that's actually going to pull through. So we could use these. See, now that's drying absolutely fine. So the markers seem to be working quite well. But so these, but we can't blend at all with these. So if we're using the markers, we're going to have to pretty much go in and do 1 point on the blend, and that'll be it. Otherwise we're going to risk thinning the paper to the point where it's not going to be repairable. So this paper is absolutely amazing, and the effect she's got with it is brilliant. So for the work I'm doing today, I think I'm going to be fine to use my Promarkers, but for the next piece I'm going to do, which is going to be a painting, which will not be today, it'll be on a different video, and I was considering doing a pirate or maybe a ghost ship. I haven't fully decided on that. I think I'm going to go in with acrylic paint. I don't think watercolour will adhere properly to this because it's a really smooth piece of paper. There isn't really much grip. So, however, for an ancient piece of paper, this is brilliant. And I've actually considered trying to do a ye old British style map or something later as well. So let's see how this one goes. And we've got a little piece done. She's also given me a piece that has got gold rather than the rose style effect, rose gold effect on here. So I'm going to get my pencil back, which I put down already. Yeah, there we go. So what do we need on a pirate's map? Well, I did look up a few elements of what we need for a map before, and we're going for a more fun style pirates map, not a serious. But since we've got a old style look, I still think one thing that is really important on any map is this top corner, which is our, yep, have you guessed it yet? It's our very, very, very obvious compass. We're going to draw a circle around that, and we're going to have our north, south, east and west. And as I always remember, never each treaded wheat we used to remember. North, south, east and west. So, drawing islands or anything, I always, when I create little maps, just randomly draw myself a sea line. And trying to be too serious with when you're creating these lines is what actually makes them look not realistic, because the way the sea cuts into, well, land, it just does it by beating into the land, and it doesn't happen, well, it doesn't happen in any way that is, well, unnatural. I can't think of the right words. I've had one of those days. So don't let yourself be constricted. Just let your pencil flow the page. And I'm going to throw a few little islands in. The heat's getting to me, I swear, guys. It is we are in the middle of a heat wave, and I am not built for heat. None of us Brits are. Some of us do better, but it's not for me. There we go. So a few little islands. So we need some little issues for our little pirate ship coming in, don't we? So I think we need a little whirlpool, maybe. It's always a good little issue for our pirate ship. We definitely need to draw our pirate ship though, don't we? Our little pirate ship out hunting. We need to give him some little... Need to give him his little... there we go, his little masts. And he can go all sailing his 7 seas and hunting for his treasure now. It's out there. We'll draw his little sea and it's hunting. But what else could we have? We could have some sea monsters. Definitely sea monsters. Because, well, if you're going out hunting treasure, you should definitely come across sea monsters. Because so normal. So we're going to have a sea monster out here. There we go. There he is. What else should we have? Well, I think this island here should be like Siren's Island. I'm going to call it Siren's Island. Which, if you haven't heard of the myths of sirens, they are these beautiful women that lure people like pirates to their death with the sounds of their voices, and it's absolutely perfect to have in a kind of piratey setting because it just fits. One thing we do need to remember to place on a map like this though is our X marks the spots we want our treasure placing. And we want to mark the trail our pirates would have to take, so past the Siren's Island, so he needs to go past our little sea monster, he needs to go past our whirlpool and just missed it, and he needs to get to his treasure, so let's draw our little chest in. A treasure map. Chest, which is full of all these wonderful gold and trinkets, which our pirate is obviously after. So, he's got past all these wonderful issues at sea, and he comes to land, comes into cove, and we can give these coves silly names, so we could have like Mermaid's Cove, and we could have little things inland, so we could have this bit here, we could have Hangman's Cove. Now you see, you haven't said anything bad happens there, but the name kind of implies it, and that also is important when thinking about pirates. And then you can put little things like really swampy areas in, which are always hard to get past as swamps, so let's make it look really swampy and smelly. Ugh. And what else do we have in swamps? We have crocodiles. And we know from Peter Pan that pirates hate crocodiles, obviously. Peter Pan made that one famous. So we've got swamps to get past. We've got all these coves. Now mermaids are obviously not scary, but pirates could get distracted by the things like that. And then we've got false treasure. So we're going to have a false treasure. Fool's gold, we'll call it, actually. Fool's gold. And Fool's gold cave. So in this cave, there could be loads of gold, but it'll be full of nothing but fool's gold. Like, all comes from volcanoes, and then above it, obviously, will be this massive volcano that erupts all the time. And that's why there's full scope there. So, what else do you think we could add in, guys? Well, we could have added loads of other general features like your waterfalls, you can draw in forests, and then we just start to add some general ink and filling all this in and writing names on. So, I'm going to start filling this in a little bit and give you some music to listen to while I start adding some ink. One thing I did forget to test with you guys is I actually have some ink that I forgot to get out earlier that actually might work better on this. So I'm just going to have a quick look at how the ink goes, because if I could do this with ink, it might work really nicely. I don't know how the ink will draw. So let's have a look. Oh. But she's not here, so I drink another beer. That might be the answer. Use ink. So, there we go. We might be using ink, getting covered in ink today. So, I might be going over it with calligraphy pens and ink to make an old map. That's very fitting. So, I'm going to start doing this and start creating this very old style map. And we'll see how we go. So, have fun watching. And yeah, let's get on with it. So guys, as you can see, we have a completed piece. It's looking really, really good. I used inks, which is something I've not used to actually create art with before, and I will link below in the comments things that I used. They are something I brought from Amazon before. I use them usually just to write with. They do make a mess of your hands, but I'm guessing they used inks, alcohol and paper before, because the inks have blended into the paper in such a way that they've dulled the colour of it, which works super well for an old-fashioned style map. And yeah, absolutely love the effect. I went with a kiddie style map making, so we've got like little effects. Let me give him a little eye. There we go, it's a little eye on him. The kind of thing my kid would like to put in the rooms. I haven't gone for making really posh calligraphy or anything like that. I've just gone for really fun and yeah. So I hope you enjoyed watching this being made. It's very different to the kind of thing I normally would make, but yeah, really super good fun to do. So go check out this kind of paper that's made by Deuxsuz over on Etsy. They are a small company right now and really worth supporting. And apart from that, have a really good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe and well, guys. Bye.